Namaste, Guruji. Guruji, not audible. Now, yeah, now it's audible. Yeah.
Okay, there's no echo or anything, right?
No echo.
It's okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I just do Sahana alone because I think it is not recorded. So, Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahavirjam Karavavahi Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahi Om Shanti 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 तत्प्रतिष्ठेत्युपासीत प्रतिष्ठावान् भवति तन्मह इत्युपासीत महान् भवति तन्मन इत्युपासीत मानवान् भवति तन्नम इत्युपासीत नम्यन्ते अस्मै कामाः तद्ब्रह्मेत्युपासीत ब्रह्मवान् भवति तद्ब्रह्मणः परिमर इत्युपासीत पर्येण म्रियन्ते द्विषन्तः सपत्नाः परिये प्रिया भ्रातृव्याः. In Bhriguvalli, we are looking at various upasanas. So the Shruti is advocating certain contemplations which will help a person to attain Brahmanishta after the Shravanam of Shruti. Because Brahmanandavalli has already given the Brahma Lakshanam. So once the Lakshanam is given, if required, wherever for anybody who needs to get rid of some of the Swabhavika Pravritti, some upasanas can be done. So it's not mandatory that once you have done the Shravanam, it is essential that you have to do this upasana. No. Upasanas have to be told so that for whoever it is required, it can help them. So different kinds of upasanas, from Adhyatmika to Adi Daivikam and Adi Bhautikam, different kind of upasanas, contemplations are being spoken about. So talking about this, so we just covered all the upasanas that were adhyatmika, and also had quickly covered some of the adibhautika upasanas. Tacha akasham brahmaiva tasmat tat sarvasya pratishta ityupasita. We had seen this. So because akasham, everything is Brahman, but the largest one that you can perceive in your normal perception is akasham, the space which accommodates everything, even that being Brahman. Therefore, Shastra says, Sarvasya Pratishta iti upasita. May you contemplate that whatever I see as space, okay, a space here in front of me, which includes me, is the Pratishta for everything. All that is here is rooted on this Brahma, in this Akasham, and that Akasham is Brahman iti. May you do a contemplation. Or Brahman is in the form of Akasha. Also, it's another way to represent it. Pratishta guna upasanat pratishtavan bhavati. So when somebody does a contemplation like this, that person also gains the status of being supporter of things, the one on whom things, who becomes a very strong person who can support things. Therefore, pratishtavan. Evam purveshu api. So all this, see, any upasana, generally when upasana is said, a phala is also said along with it as a motivation for somebody to do upasana. Even though this upasana is for nididhyasanam, still for each one of them a separate fruit or phalam is spoken about. Evam purveshu api yadadhinam phalam tad brahmaiva. So all the earlier also, whatever is dependent on Brahman, that is stone, is all Brahman only. Tad upasana tadvan bhavati iti drashtavyam. Just like in the case of Akasha, it being the Pratishta, by doing the upasanam of Akasha, you become a Pratishtavan. Similarly, whatever it is, so when we said the legs are for karma, so if you do a contemplation that Brahman is in the form of karma in your leg, then the karmatvam palam you get. Tadvan bhavati, karmavan bhavati. So you become very successful in all your action. Like that, you have to extrapolate, is what Bhashyakara is telling here. Sutyantaracha tam yatha yatopasate tadeva bhavati. So whatever you contemplate on, you become that tanmaha ityupasita mahaha mahatva gunatvat tadupasita mahan bhavati. So if you contemplate that Brahman is in the form of mahatvam, you gain the mahatvam, you become a mahan, a large person. Tanmana ityupasita mananam manaha manavan bhavati manana samartho bhavati. You become a thinker. If you contemplate that it is the Brahman which is in the form of thoughts, the thinking capacity, faculty is nothing but Brahman. If you do that upasana, then so the moment you contemplate anything is as Brahman means what? You are making that particular aspect as samashti, right? You are removing all the hindrances for that particular aspect. Therefore, if the faculty of thinking, if you contemplate that it is nothing but Brahman, the horizon of thinking naturally expands. Therefore, it says manavan bhavati, manana samartho bhavati. The person gains increased thinking faculty, enhanced thinking faculty. Tannama ityupasita. Even subservience, surrender also can be, that element also can be seen as Brahman only is in the form of humbleness in one. Namyante prahvi bhavanti asmai upasite kamaha. काम्यन्ते इति भोग्याः विषयाः इत्यर्थः तद्ब्रह्म इत्युपासीत. So if one contemplates that Brahman is in the form of subservience or surrender, then that person to whom all his wishes and wants, they surrender. That is the palan. Tad brahmetyupasita brahma parivritathamam ityupasita brahmavan tadguno bhavati tad brahmana parimara ityupasita. So if you contemplate that Brahman is all that is here, then the person becomes Brahman itself. Brahman is, even though is a thing for understanding, but also own it up, is how Swamiji says. You own up that jnanam. It is available to you all the time. That is what is Brahmopasana. Tad Brahmanah parimara ityupasita. Brahmanah parimaraha parimriyante asmin pancha devataha vidyutu vrishtihi chandramaha adityaha agnihi ityetaha ataha vayuh parimaraha shrutyantara prasiddehe sayeshaha vayuhu akashena ananyaha iti akashaha brahmanah parimaraha. So Bhashyakara looks at space filled with Vayuhu, because even though in deep space there is no air, but within the atmosphere and all that, Akasha is filled with Vayuhu. Therefore Bhashyakara here uses that Vayuhu Akashena Ananyaha iti Akashaha Brahmanah Parimaraha. In any case, Vayu is within Akasha only. It is smaller than, it is not fully pervaded, but it is within Akasha. So if Vayu itself is Parimaraha, naturally Akasha also is Parimaraha. Parihi Mriyante Asmin. Everything resolves in it, dies inside it, is what is said. Pancha Devataha Vidyut Drishtis Chandramaha Adityaha Agnihi. These 5 devatas are spoken about, but in fact all that is seen have their lifespan, and they all are born and die within the space. Every object that you are seeing, including the large ones, even planets and satellites, they are within Akasha. Therefore Brahmanah Parimaraha Akashaha Brahmanaha Parimaraha Tam Akasham Vayuvatmanam Brahmanah Parimaraha Ityupasita. May you contemplate that this space here is the consumer of everything, just like time consumes everything, right? Kalo sarva bhakshakaha. Like that, this Akasha, may you contemplate that way. Pariyenam evam vidam pratispardhinaha dvishantaha advishantopi sapatnaha yataha bhavanti ataha viseshyante dvishantaha sapatnaha iti. The adversaries who hate you, who want to destroy you, themselves get destroyed if you do this kind of a contemplation. Why they have to say destroyed and all that? Because the contemplation is about destruction of everything within Akasha, within Brahman. Everything is born in time and goes away in time. Therefore, the contemplation is everything dies, gets destroyed. Therefore, phala also is given in terms of destruction. So naturally, the phala told is whoever is hated, they will get destroyed. Yaha yenam dvishantaha sapatnaha te parimriyante pranan jahati. Kincha ye cha apriyaha asya bhratrivyaha advishantopi te cha parimriyante. Okay. We saw till here. Prano va annam shariramannadam iti arabhya akashantasya karyasya eva anna annadattvamuktam. Bhashyakara starts the Siddhanta here saying Prano va annam shariramannadam iti arabhya akashantasya karyasya eva anna annadattvamuktam. we from the section Pranovanam Shariramannadam, from there onwards till this Akasha Karyatvam that is spoken about here, we have spoken, Shastra has spoken about multiple Anna and Annada. Correct, different Annam and Annadam. Annam, what is a food and who is the eater. Like that, it spoke about various things which is an eater and eaten. Before the Upasana, that was spoken about. Uktam Nama Kim Tena. So Purvapakshi is saying, yeah, you told that. So what about it? Just because you told, what does it mean? What are you trying to say here? Is what the Purvapakshi is asking. Tena etat siddham bhavati. We can say Purvapakshi is asking, or Shankara himself says, okay, I told this, so what am I trying to say now? It could be that way also. Tena etat siddham bhavati. Karya vishaye eva bhojya bhoktrutva kritaha samsaraha. 1 second. Just put the fan on.
No, you can't. Still no. Yeah, now it is coming. Voices.
Okay. You can hear me, right? Okay.
Yes.
So, okay. प्राणो वा अन्नम शरीरमन्नादम इत्यारभ्य आकाशान्तस्य कार्यस्यैव अन्नमन्नादत्वमुक्तम् uktam nama kim tena. So this prano va annam and all these have spoken about the karya as both annam is karyam and annada also is karyam only. So both within the karya, within the created jagat only, the annam and annadam have been spoken about. Not in the karana jagat. What is karanam? Brahman is the karanam. Only karya jagat has both annam and annadam. So what is the question? Tena etat siddham bhavati karya vishaye eva bhojya bhoktrutva kritaha samsaraha. Therefore, Bhashyakara is taking a conclusion, making an inference from this Shrutivakya that in Karya Vishaya only, in Srishta Jagat only, there is a Bhojyam and Bhoktrutvam. Bhojyam means experience, and Bhoktrutvam is the experiencer, or the object of experience is Bhojyam. Bhoga is the experience. Bhojyam is object of experience. Bhoktrutvam is the experiencer. So this experiencer and experienced are both within the realm of the created world only. Karya vishaye eva bhojya bhoktritva kritaha samsaraha. This samsara, which is creation of this bhojyam and bhoktritvam. The samsara is all about an experiencer and objects of experience. And they both are in the created world only. Karya vishaye, natu atmani, not in oneself, one's surupa. So the surupa is neither an experiencer, not an object, nor an object of experience. Is an inference from that vakya that Bhashyakara is taking. Atmani tu bhrantya upacharyate. But then we say what? I am the experiencer. So this is my experience. I am happy, sad. All these are bhrantya upacharyate. It is superimposed. It is only a guna which is not intrinsic to yourself. You are having a superimposition and then thinking that these are your nature. Atmani tu bhrantya upacharyate. Then some questions are asked. Purvapakshi comes here. Nanu atma api paramatmanaha karyam tataha yuktaha tasya samsaraha iti. Atma api paramatmanaha karyam. When you say this whole world is created, whatever you see here is created. Now you are saying both the Annam and Annada is within the created Jagat, Karya Jagat. But Atma also is part of this creation. When you say sun is created, moon is created, earth is created, mountains are created, then this Atma also, this soul also is part of that creation. Atma api paramatmanaha karyam. The Paramatma has created this Jivatma. Like Vispulingaha iva, there is Shruti Pramana also for that. This Atma is like spark. Therefore, Paramatma's creation only is this Atma. Tataha yuktaha tasya samsaraha iti. Therefore, the identity as an experiencer and object of experience is not, you can't say it is excluded for Atma, because Atma is also, you yourself are saying, this Annam and Annada are both Karya Jagat aspects. And even Atma is part of Karya Jagat, is created, is part of the created world. Therefore, it is also a sansari only. So where is your problem? Is what he asks. Bhashyakara says, na amsa asamsarinaha eva praveshashrutehe tat srishtva tadeva nupravishate iti akashadikaranasya hi asamsarinaha eva paramatmanaha karye anupraveshah shruyate. No, you can't say Atma is Karyam. Why? Because there is a Shruti Vakya which says Tat Srishtva Tadeva Anupravishati. Whatever is Srishtam is Karyam, correct. But whatever entered can't be the Srishtam, because it clearly separates. Tat Srishtva, having created, it entered. So the Karya Jagat doesn't include the one which is entering. What is being entered is what is karyam, and that which is entering or that which entered is not the karyam, but it is the atma, and it is asamsari. The samsaritvam is only within the karya jagat. The one that is pervading the karya jagat is asamsari. Asamsarinaha eva pravesha shrutehe tatsrishtva tadeva anupravishatiti akashadi karanasya hi asamsarinaha eva paramatmanaha karye anupraveshaha shruyate. The Paramatma entered into this karya. What is this karya? Akashadi karanasya hansa asansarinaha eva karye anupraveshaha. What is karya? Tat srishtva. This jagat, whatever is seeing, whatever you see here, including your own body, mind, sense complex, everything put together is the srishti, and the Paramatma has entered into this. Now the question is, he asks, Tasmat. The question will be, can't you say that after having entered this Paramatma in the form of Jiva has changed? You, when you were a person wearing normal dress, you are one thing. But if you put on your, the headgear, kirita, and take the sword and all that, then you become the Raja. You have changed. Your status of being a simpleton has changed to you becoming a king. Likewise, can this Brahman, after entering into this karya, could have transformed into a samsari? So it can become the experiencer, because anyway the world is all experience. How can you say the experiencer also is not Brahman? Therefore that question comes. Bhashyakara says, Karyanupravishtaha jivaha atma parayeva asamsari srishtva anupravishatiti samanakartrikatva upapattescha. How can you say, the question is, how can you say it is the same Brahman in the same form is there in the Srishta Jagat also? For that Bhashyakara says, it says Srishtva anupravishate iti samana kartrikatva upapattehe. Having created, it entered. Therefore, whichever is the one which created only has entered inside. So this Jiva Paramatma, if it is the one which has created, it is the Paramatma which is there inside it right now. And Sarga Pravesha Kriyayoho cha Ekaha Chet Karta Tataha Iktva Pratyayaha Yuktaha. Only if it is the same, then you can say Iktva. Iktva is Srishtva. Having created, he entered. You can't say Somadatta created and Yajnadatta entered. If you have to say that, then you can't say Srishtva Anupravishate. You can say Srishtva Anupravishate. You can use the Iktva Pratyaya only if the Karta is the same. Annam Bhuktva Ramaha Patati. Having eaten, Rama is reading. So means the Bhojanam as well as Patanam are both done by Rama only. Samana Kartrigatva. Therefore, Sarga Pravesha Kriyayoscha Ekaha Chet Karta. Only if it is single person doing both, then the sentence Iktva Pratyaya the srištva can be used. Pravishtasya tu bhavantara apattihi iti chet. Then the question he asks, okay, he entered, but having entered, by entering into something, his bhava could have changed. From being a samsari, entering into this, Brahman could have become samsari. Like become just entering into the king's dress, I become like a king, isn't it? Because I got all that, my situation suddenly changes. When I am at home, I am a father or a son. When I am at office, I am a manager. Now that bhava has changed by entering into the office. Again, it changes when I enter at home. Therefore, pravishtasya tu bhavantarapattihi. Why can't you say that samsaritvam has fallen on this Brahman? Bhashyakara says, no, na praveshasya anyartatvena pratyakyatatva. No, sir. This pravesha itself, the word is used only as upachara. We have already seen that pravesha means upalabdhi, obtaining of Brahman in your buddhi guha. In the buddhi guha, this Brahma upalabdhi is there in its pristine form. It is available for your cognition, which is what is being phrased as anupravishya. Anupravesha is only an upachara word. What is actually meant there is only upalabdhi. That kind of a meaning has already been explained by me. Praveshasya anyartatvena pratyakyatatvat. I have already explained. It has a different meaning. Where is the question of pravesha if what is created and what entered are the same? There is no question of entering. Praveshasya anyartatvena pratyakyatatvat. Anena jivena iti vishesha. Again he comes and asks another question. Anena jivena iti vishesha shrutehe dharmantarena anupraveshaha iti chet. A quote from Chandogya where says in the form of, this is Ittam Bhute Tritiya, in the form of Jiva, Jiva it entered. Here at least it says Tatsrishtva Tadeva Anupravishate. But Chandogya says Anena Jivena, in the form of Jiva it entered. Iti Shruti Vishesha Shrutehe Dharmantarena Anupraveshaha. It has entered having changed its dharma as a samsari. If why can't you take like that? The question na. Okay, if you are taking Chandogya, what does Chandogya say? Tattvamasiti punaha tadbhavoktehe. The same Chandogya after that 6.3 in 6.5, 6.6, 6.7 chapters, it says Tattvamasi, not Tvam Bhavishyati or Tvam Asit. It doesn't say that. It says Tattvamasi. Right now, whatever we say is that Tat Brahma, which is Nirvisesham, which is without any change. That Brahman is you. It is using present tense. When it says, see, if it had said Tat Tvam Asit, it was like you before, but now you have, in the form of Jiva, you have entered. If it had said like that, then we can agree that Brahman has transformed itself to be a Jiva in order to enter this Jagat. But that is not what Shruti is saying. Shruti is saying, Anena Jivena, though it says Tattvamasi. It is you. That Brahman is you. Even now, you are Nirguna Brahman. But this is not understandable, right? Therefore, this guy again asks, Bhavantara Pannasya eva tadapohartaha sampate. No. Why can't you take that sentence is told so that it wants you to remove that Bhavantaranam. You were Brahman before. After the Srishti was done, Brahman got excited. So it became a samsari and entered into this created Jagat. Therefore, you are there as a samsari. Because Adam ate the fruit. Adam and Eve ate the fruit. So it did the first sin he did. And all this problem have come. Like that, this Brahman did the first problem of entering into this world as a samsari. Now Shruti is coming and telling that please remove that samsaritvam. Brahman has become you by inheriting the samsaritvam. By removing that, you can become Brahman. Maybe that is what it is trying to say. What Purva Pakshi is saying. Bhavantara pannasya eva tadapohartaha sampade. It has been put there for apohanam, for removal of what? Bhavantaraha. This kind of a belief that you are a samsari, that you have acquired because Brahman has entered as a jiva into this. Therefore, this vakya, why don't you take it as used to remove that kind of a superimposition you are having? Bhashyakara says, na tat satyam sa atma tattvamasi. It is not just tattvamasi, sir. It clearly says tat satyam. Sa atma tattvamasi iti. So atmatvam satyatvam tat. For it, all these gunas are already mentioned. Samanadhikaranyat. So all this is spoken. It is not like just tattvamasi. What kind of tat is it? Satyam. Yadrupena yannischitam tadrupam navyavi. That kind of a tat tvamasi. It has qualified that tat as satyam, which doesn't change at all, that you are. So very clearly it has told that. No. Purva Pakshi is not convinced. He says, Drishtam jivasya samsaritvam. Sir, forget all this Shruti Pramana. We will come to it later. Let us practically look at it. Drishtam jivasya samsaritvam. I can see that a jiva, that a person born in this world is a samsari. Whoever is this person, whatever you call as Atma, whether it includes mind, buddhi, it doesn't matter. Whoever is there in this, obtains in this upadhi, body, mind, sense complex, is seen as a samsari. I am a samsari. I am given to happiness, sadness. I interact with the world. I experience the world. I am karta. I am a bhokta. I am there as this person. So drishtam, it is practically seen that samsaritvam is there. Shruti Vakya may have said that, but you can infer, no? Na upalabdhi, upalabduhu, anupalabhyatvat. Correct, sir. Bhashyakara says, I agree that you are seeing, experiencing a samsaritvam, but then we are talking about the experiencer and not the experience. The moment you say you are experiencing a samsaritvam, that means it is not you. Upalabduhu anupalabhyatvat. So you can't say jivasya samsaritvam, because samsaritvam is drishtam. You use the term drishtam. You are able to recognize, see that the samsaritvam is there. The essence of one who is seeing it is what we are talking about. Therefore, upalabduhu anupalabhyatvat. So, whatever is upalabhyam to you, drishtam by you, is not upalabduhu dharma. It is not the nature of the anupravishta Brahman. Bhashyakara is trying to push him to the corner, but he doesn't leave. He says, samsara dharma visishta atma upalabhyate iti jet. No. You are saying whatever you are experiencing is not atma. But I am saying it is the atma which is qualified by this samsara dharma. This is like Visishtadvaitam. Everything is one, but Visishtam with Visheshana, along with samsara dharma, it is one Sriman Narayana. Is what Visishtadvaitis say. Like that, here also the Purva Bhakti is asking, see what kind of question Shankara is clearly addressed all this. This is what we all also get this question all the time, isn't it? You are saying all this, but then I am seeing myself to be angry, sorrow. So here also he is asking that question. Samsara dharma visishtaha atma upalabhyate iti jet. Why are you separating this atma from what you are experiencing? Drishta jivaha. The samsari that you are seeing, you are able to objectify. Why are you separating the experiencer there? Why can't you say that it is atma with all this quality is what you are able to see? This qualified jiva only you are seeing. I am so and so. And the so and so ness along with all the sukha dukkha is what are the attributes of this atma that I am experiencing. Why can't I take it like that? Bhashyakara says, na dharmanam dharminaha vyatirekat karmatva anupavattehe. No. You are getting confused because the attributes cannot be separated from the one who is having these attributes in your perception. Therefore, you are seeing it like that. Because these are not entirely separate things. So you have to understand. See, that is where the confusion is. All this dharma, it's not that all these dharmas are some separate things and this Brahman is a separate thing. They are two different things. Then all this, it is very easy for you to separate and see. But here the dharmin and dharma, because they are together, in fact, the dharmas are mithya. It is the dharmi which is satyam. Therefore, you cannot see the dharmas separated from this dharmi which is Atma Brahman. Just like you can't think of a pot without any of its substance, whether it is gold or stainless steel or clay. You can think of a pot only with the substance in it. Likewise, a dharma without its substantive, it can't be perceived. Therefore, you are attributing the dharmas to the dharmin, but the dharmin is independent of the dharmas. That's what Bhashyakara says. Dharmanam dharminaha avyatirekat karmatvanupapattehe. However, you cannot see the dharmin because you being the dharmin. Like Bhashyakara gives an example, Ushna prakashayoho dahya prakashyatvanupapattivate. A heat cannot heat up heat itself. You can't take one fire and make another fire hotter. Similarly, if there is light, you can't light on another light and make it brighter. Prakashayoho dahya prakashyatva anupapattivate. Prakashyatvam of prakasha or dahyatvam of ushnam is not possible. Like that, this dharmin cannot become a dharma to be objectified. Dharmitvam is dharmitvam only. So your Swarupa can't become a subject. A subject cannot become an object. That is what is trasadi darshanat dukkitvadi anumiyate iti. Then he comes to, okay, Pratyaksha, you are not agreeing. Okay, because you are saying the dharmin and dharma are together, but you are not accepting the dharma as intrinsic to your dharmi. That is fine. Let me go to inferential things like emotions. Even though you can, okay, if I tell you that this body is not you, in a sense you may accept that, right? After some deliberation, you may still accept that this body may not be me. That's okay, I agree. In dream, I am not having this body. Also, people say I leave this body after death. So maybe I am not this body. See, even that is a leap, correct? First, right now, we all see ourselves as this body, and whatever is the awareness is just due to certain composition within the brain and mind. I am perceiving things. So I am this body. One faculty is thinking and visualizing and seeing, deciding. All this is a function of the brain. This is how we start. Science says that. But if you study Shastra and all that, if you may agree to a position that maybe I am not this body. Sometimes I don't feel this body. I am in deep sleep. I don't see this body. Even in dream, I have a different body. And people say that there is a, parakaya pravesha and all that. That means maybe the sukshma sarira is able to go outside. So maybe this is not my body. It's something okay. People may agree, right? They may kind of incline to take it. But if I say your emotions are not linked to you, you are not an unhappy person. You don't have sorrow or happiness. The one who is happy is not you. If I say that, then it becomes difficult because the mind and the emotions, how can I say they are not me? I am what I am thinking, isn't it? That's how we are all perceiving. Therefore, this Purva Pakshi brings that trasa didarshanat dukkitvadi anumiyate iti chet. Fear, anger, all these emotions are there in me. So I can infer that I am a happy person, I am a sorrowful person, I am a sad person, dukkitvadi anumiyate. I can infer. So my Atma is sad. My soul is hurt. We say, right, in English. My soul is deeply hurt, like that. So the hurt, happiness, unhappiness is all you. Why can't we say that? Because I can infer. Bhashyakara says, na trasadehe dukkasya ja upalabhyamanatvat na upalabdhridharmatvam. Again, emotions are experienced. Upalabhyamanam. It can't be the experiencer. Whether it is an objectified experience or it is unobjectified inferred experience, an experience is an experience, and experiencer cannot be the experience. That is the point, is what Bhashyakara says. Then Purvapakshi says, no, you are saying all this, but there are other acharyas who have said opposite to this. Kapalika, Kapila, Kanadadi, Tarkashastra Virodha iti chet. The Kapila, the Kanada, the Mimamsaka, all these people say the Atma has certain gunas. There are 9 gunas that Kanada talks about, Kanada Matam. Like that, Kapila also attributes certain things to the Atma. Tarkika defines Atma as one of the things in the world. There are many such shastras. You are telling something, but there is Kapila, Kanada, and other people, even Mimamsaka, for them, Veda gives a bhoktitvam. Yeah. Veda gives, see, what is Mimamsaka saying? You do Vaidika yajnas and you got Swargadi Palam. Means what? Atma is a bhokta. So bhoktritvam is attributed. Now all these great masters have said, like today also we hear this, right? Hey, you are saying all this Shastra, but there are great masters who said truth is a pathless land, who said there are many paths to enlightenment. Akashat patitam toyam yata gacchati sagaram sarvadeva namaskaraha keshamam pratigacchati. Like different rivers go to the same ocean, like to every religion leads to the same goal. So many masters have said this, that all religions are same. So why are you not unnecessary? You are the one who are not accepting. All these masters are very open-minded. They are accepting everything. Great masters have said, who are you to say this? Is how people ask, right? Similarly, he is asking, Kapila Kanada Adi Tarkashastra Virodaha. Tarkashastra is not subscribing to this view. And there are great masters who are not agreeing. He says, and Bhashyakara says, na tesham mula bhave. They may be great masters, but what is their mula? What is their pramana? What are they basing this on? If it is purely their intellectual arrival at this without a pramana, then bhrantatva upapattehe. Maybe they are disillusioned, they are illusion, under a spell of illusion. They have concluded some way based on what is their experience, correct? Buddha said something based on what? His own observation of the world. And that is his own upbringing, his own emotional state, what he saw, what was available in those times. All those have created a philosophy that he has come out with. How can that be an eternal truth? Because it is purely influenced by the context of the time, the capacity of the person who has given that, and his or her own experience. So, Bhrantatva Upapattehe, not only Mula Bhave, he says Veda Virodhecha, they are opposed to Veda. For us, we have a Pramana. We are backed up by Apaurusheya Pramana. That is what we are talking about. It is not one individual's viewpoint. You can ascribe them to be great persons. Maybe they are great in certain ways. We are not discounting it. They may be great minds. They may be great intellectuals. They may have done a lot of effort to arrive at this. They may have great qualities as sadhu and all that. But none of these attributes necessarily make what they say as truth, as ultimate reality. Their intentions may also be good. They may have been very truthful to what they saw and come up with these theories, philosophies. Even then, they are not backed up by a mula. Therefore, with all respect and reverence, we say they are wrong because we go by Shruti Pramana. That's all. We have nothing against them, or we are not here to prove that we are correct or anything like that. You have to understand this because many people get hurt. Hey, they are making fun of what somebody considered as great master has said. No, it is not. The intention is not to put down people. That what do we gain from that? It is only to make people recognize the truth. That's all. So here also Bhashyakara, Kapila Kanadadi Tarkashastra Viroda, he says, Tesham Mula Abhave, Veda Virodhecha, Prantatva Upapattehe. Maybe they are disillusioned. But my statement is based on Shruti and Upapatti. Shruti Upapatti Bhyam cha Siddham Atmanaha Asamsaritvam. Based on the Mula Shruti Vakya Pramana and the supporting observations. It's not, see, Shruti, so long as it is unopposed to your experience. After questioning you may have an initial experience which you are not even questioning. That we are not talking about. But if your experience, if seen through the Shruti's light, then your experience ratifies what Shruti says. Then it gets, reinforced, isn't it? That is why Bhashyakara says, Shruti Upapatibhyam cha Siddham Atmanaha Amsamsaritvam. Shruti Pramana is there as well as the supporting scenarios are there where we can make this conclusion. Iti Bhashyakara, from the point that both the experiencer and the experienced are in the Karya Jagat, he concludes that Atma is asamsari. Sayaschayam purushe yaschasavaditye sayekaha. So next he connects this Bhashyakara, ekatvacha katham ekatvam. Again here itself Shruti says there is ekatvam. How? Sayascha ayam purushe. Whatever is obtained, purushayate iti purushaha. The indweller of this field of experience is Purusha. That indweller, Yascha Asau Aditya. What the indweller in this Aditya, we have already seen, it comes in two places. Bhashyakara also, that's why he doesn't do a Bhashya on this. He just says iti evamadi purvavat sarvam. We have already covered it in an earlier place, so just understand. Sa ekaha. It's the same indweller. Like your Anupravesha only. Therefore, the Brahman is the one without any of the attributes, dharma, unaffected, because it is Satyam Mithya. Gold is unaffected by it being an ornament. Water is unaffected by it being a wave, because water is Satyam, wave is Mithya. Similarly, therefore, this is what? It is Vivarta Upadana Karanam, not Parinami Upadana Karanam. It doesn't change. It doesn't undergo any change to have become the Jagat. Without undergoing any change, it is this Jagat. That is what is shown here by Annam, Annada, both being shown in the Karya Jagat, not in the Karanavastu. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.